Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Vajreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Muttama Shloke Bhaktiravavati Naishtaki Grandraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. We are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 28th chapter, titled as Kapila's Instructions to Mata Devati on Devotional Service. Text number 13. Kapila Dev is explaining to Mata Devati how to do meditation, how to do japa, how to focus on Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he explained 5 yamas, 5 niyamas. Then he explained how to focus the mind by doing pranayam, how to relax one's mind by doing pranayam. And then one tried to focus the mind upon the beautiful form of Lord Krishna, which is dhyana. So how do Kapil Dev is saying, Prasanna Vadanam Bhojam Padmagarbhanu Padmagarbharunekshanam Nilotpaladala Shyamam Shankachakra Gadadharam. So Kapil Dev is saying to Mata Devati that after doing pranayam, all asanas and everything else, then we have to focus our mind, dhyana, on Krishna, or his beautiful form. So here, translation is, the Supreme Personality of Godhead has a cheerful lotus-like countenance with ruddy eyes like the interior of a lotus and swarthy body like petals of blue lotus. He bears a conch shell, discus, and mace in the 3 of his hands. So here, Kapila Dev is explaining the Chaturbhuja form of Lord Viṣṇu. So one should focus on Chaturbhuja form of Lord while doing the meditation. Now, this beautiful form of Lord has a cheerful face, and his eyes are like red eyes, like those of lotus. And his body is blue in color, like a blue lotus flower. And Paramatma, Lord Viṣṇu, is holding in his 4 hands Shanka, Chakra, Gada, and Pushpa. That is mentioned here in the shloka, purport by Srila Prabhupada. It is definitely recommended herein that one concentrate his mind upon the form of Viṣṇu. There are 12 different forms of Viṣṇu which are described in teachings of Lord Sri Chaitanya. One cannot concentrate his mind upon anything void or impersonal. The mind should be fixed on the personal form of the Lord, whose attitude is cheerful as described in this verse. So Srila Prabhupada is saying that for a yogi to meditate, one should meditate upon the personal form of Lord, which is described here as Chaturbhuja, Lord Viṣṇu. There are different forms of Lord Viṣṇu, and they are mentioned in teachings of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One cannot concentrate his mind on anything void or impersonal. So some Mayavadis, they think that God has no form. If the God has no form, how would he focus on any particular thing? They will, even though they pretend to focus, they have no object to focus. Because one cannot concentrate upon anything void or impersonal. The mind should be fixed on personal form of the Lord, whose attitude is cheerful as described in these words. Bhagavad Gita states that meditation on impersonal or void feature is very troublesome to the meditator. Because it's very difficult to focus on something which is abstract, which has no form. It's very difficult. Those who are attached to the impersonal or void feature of meditation have to undergo a difficult process because we are not accustomed to concentrating our mind upon anything impersonal. Actually, most of us are trained to focus upon some object, some form. You cannot focus on something which has no form. Actually, such concentration is not even possible on impersonal form. How can you focus on impersonal thing? It's not possible. Bhagavad Gita confirms that one should concentrate his mind upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The color of Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is described as Nilotapala Dala, meaning that it is like that of a lotus flower with petals tinted with blue and white. So the Lord Krishna's color is described as blue lotus. The color of the Lord has not been imagined by the artist. It is described in authoritative scriptures. So one can say, oh, this is an imaginary thing, but it is not there. It is there in all the Vedic literature mentioning the color of the Lord as bluish complexion. In a Brahman Samhita also, the color of Lord Krishna's body is compared to that of bluish cloud. The color of the Lord is not poetical imagination. There are authoritative scriptures in Brahma Samhita, like Brahma Samhita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and many other Puranas, where a description of Lord's body, his weapon, and all other paraphernalia is described. The Lord's appearance is described herein as Padma Garbharunekshanam. His eyes resemble that of a lotus flower, and his hands holds four symbols: Shankha, Chakra, Gada, and Pushpa. This is the Paramatma feature of the Lord, which is residing in our heart. So it is very important that we focus on personal form of Lord. Impersonal, voidish thoughts have not a long-term future because you can't focus on something which is void for a long time. So that is what is it very important that we focus on Chaturbhuja form of Krishna while doing meditation also. Meditation on impersonal or void form is very difficult and troublesome, as mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita also Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna that if you try to worship me in an impersonal form, you're doing it indirectly, but it's very difficult. And the Lord's color is mentioned in this sloka is bluish in color with the reference to different Vedic scriptures. So visualizing the cheerful, joyful form of Lord Viṣṇu, it can bring peace and stability to our mind. And this can help us to meditate upon form of Lord. So with that, we'll pause here. We'll continue our study of Srimad Bhagavatam tomorrow. Vrindra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai.